Today's Wednesday and I really wanted to try to start doing like a Wednesday wellness update because I'm going to do probably another video explaining this, but I've always been having issues with my weight. I've always struggled with staying physically fit, keeping my weight under control, and I worked really hard about almost 2 years ago now, and it took me a year to lose almost 140-ish pounds. I was close to 250, and I lost it all by eating healthy and exercising, and I didn't really do any diet fat or special drinks or anything like that. I got down to maybe about 120, 125, but it was a little too skinny for me. I kind of just looked sickly, I guess, because I really wasn't toned up so much. But anyway, like I said, I'll probably do like a whole nother video explaining like the whole story. But anyway, I've gained some of the weight back, and I know that that's pretty typical for people who have lost weight really quickly. But for me, I did it over a year span. So I'm kind of taking a look at my eating habits, my activity levels, and seeing what I can do to basically get back down to a healthy weight, where I'm feeling good, where I have energy, where I'm not having, you know, skin issues, hair issues, digestive issues, because I really noticed over the past 3 months or so, I've gained about 35 pounds back, and I'm really just not happy with my body right now. Not only the way that it looks, but the way that it feels, and that's most important for me. I need to have lots of energy dealing with 4 kids and keeping up a household and being a stay-at-home mom and being a housewife. So I don't know, maybe I'll go into a little bit more detail about that later, but I just wanted to say hello, and it's Wednesday and starting the vlog a little late in the afternoon. But we are headed off to Walmart, and then we're going to go to Sprouts, and we're going to get some good fruits and vegetables there because they seem to have a better selection there. So anyway, see you in a bit. So my camera died and I had to switch over to my laptop, so sorry if the video quality is a little different. So I did what I planned to do today, which was go to Walmart and go to Sprouts, and so I got that done. We just wrapped up dinner, and I did some more filming with my daughter and my niece. Anyway, earlier I had mentioned that I was going to touch upon the health and wellness, like my story, I guess, and since today I did want to try to do like Wednesday wellness, I'm going to just kind of hopefully shortly tell my story in a nutshell. I don't think I'm going to go into like super detail because it would be like super long. Anyway, let's see, it started about 2 years ago is when I actually started to want to lose weight. I had my last daughter, my 4th child, in 2011, in May of 2011, and at that time I was about 180 pounds, and I've always struggled with my weight. It's kind of like a thing in our family. We do have obesity, we do have, you know, high blood pressure, cholesterol, heart issues. I mean, like, it's a mess, like, seriously. We're like the typical American family who loves to eat and loves to drink. And so anyway, I was about 180 pounds, but then I slowly started to climb up throughout the years, until about 2 years ago when I topped off at about 250 pounds. And what did it for me was I started to feel pains in my knees, in my shoulder, in my back. I started having a little bit of chest pain, and I was due for a checkup anyway because it had been like, I don't know, 3 years. I mean, I don't go to the doctor. When I go to the doctor, I go to the doctor when I have kids. So it's the only time I really see doctors is like my OBGYN and then like my gyno once a year or whatever. But anyway, so I actually went for a checkup, and he, of course, weighed me, and he talked to me a little bit more, and basically I was categorized as obese. And so he said, you have two options. One is I can have gastric bypass or stomach stapling, and at this time I'm 33 years old, 32 I think maybe I was, and I'm like, what the heck, like I am too young to be thinking about this kind of stuff. And the second option was to exercise and diet and lose weight. So that was just off of my weight. So then he had tests run, blood work, urinalysis, things like that, and it came back that I was pre-diabetic. It came back that my cholesterol, my bad cholesterol was high, my blood pressure was high, and normally I'm like a low blood pressure type of person. So anyway, in a nutshell, that scared the crap out of me to make me want to lose weight. And here I just had my 4th child, a couple years previously. I had just been married the year before, and I'm like, I want to be around. I want to see my kids grow up. I want to be active with my kids, and not be in pain anymore, because I was constantly just in pain. My phone's ringing. Okay, so anyway. But I was like constantly in pain, and just had no energy to do anything with my kids. And I was working at the time, so I was working in a very stressful sales work environment. I was a sales manager, and had a lot of pressure on me. And so when I stress out or when I have anxiety, I tend to eat. And then, of course, we would be eating at our desks all day while we're doing sales calls and stuff like that. So anyway, so that scared me enough to really put my health first. And after that doctor's appointment, I talked to my husband first, but I put in my 2-week notice, and I decided to stop working. And we were in a position where I could do that. So I stopped working, and this was like in November of 2013. Yeah. So I quit working, and again, I was about 250 pounds. And so I just told myself to start eating more fruits and vegetables, stop eating junk food, stop drinking so much soda, fast food, and just make a conscious effort. Not do any kind of like diet plan or anything, because of course when you're heavy, everyone's like, oh, well, you should do Jenny Craig, or oh, you should do Weight Watchers, or whatever the case may be, what works for them. So of course they're going to say, oh, you should try this. But everybody's different. And so I decided just to eat better and move more. And one of the things that kind of motivated me and inspired me was that TV show, what is it? Oh my god, I forgot what it's called. It's one of those makeover. It's with Chris Pell and his wife. Oh, Extreme Weight Loss Makeover. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. But anyway, where they follow them for a year, and they have like significantly dramatic like transformations by losing weight and doing, all this eating right and exercise and all these physical activities. So I'd watch those, and I'm like, I could do that. And of course in my mind it's like a 1-hour episode, so I'm like, oh yeah, this is easy, I could totally do that. Well, so I started out slowly, and then next thing you know, it became like a routine. I was riding my bike, I was going for walks, I was eating better, I started to get the family to eat better, and that was good for about the first 6 months. And then after that, the weight started to come off, and I was feeling better about myself. I was about 200 or like 180, and then I started to get into my meditation, and I really started to follow my spiritual path. And that's like a whole nother video. But with my breathing techniques, with my yoga and my meditation, that actually helped me like more than just doing the diet, well, not diet, but like the eating healthy and exercising. So with all of that combined, the pounds just started to fall off. And I don't know if it's just because I was in a better place, like emotionally, and you know, I was just happier, and I had this thirst for life. And like the last 6 months of the year that I was, you know, really striving to lose this weight and become healthy, it fell off. And so it took about a year. And so 2014 was my, you know, lost my weight. And at the end of last year, things started to get a little rocky. You know, I think I became a little selfish. I think that I was starting to focus a little too much on me and putting my family on the back burner. So that kind of contributed to the rough patches that I had. And so along with that, we had decided to move. And then once we moved, this is now in April we moved. So it's not too long ago. Let's see, 3 months ago? Yeah, 3 months ago we moved. Right after we moved, my daughter was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, my 4-year-old. And this was right before her 4th birthday. And so that was like a complete shock to my system. I really lost myself, I think, then. You know, I was, from November of 2014 up into April, I was already just not following any kind of health and wellness plan, not really following my spiritual path at all. I was just kind of all over the place, really just trying to make amends for some of the poor choices that I was making, and I really lost my way. But as soon as my daughter was diagnosed, it was like a complete shock. And I think it was up until, you know, maybe a couple weeks ago, a month ago maybe, I was so depressed and I was so bummed out, and I started stress eating. You know, as soon as she was diagnosed, I was just like, I don't care anymore. Like, the pounds just started to roll back on, and I've gained about 30 of the 140 that I lost total. And I just feel real crappy. You know, I have no energy, I'm tired, I'm cranky, I'm just not happy with myself. Like, I'm not happy with seeing like this double chin again. You know, it's just so funny that when I have more weight on me, I look more like my dad. So every time I see myself, I kind of think of my dad. But anyway, so yeah, and I did talk to one of my closest friends who I haven't seen forever, and she just reminded me not to, you know, to give up, and, you know, remember all that hard work that I did, and to still work on myself and make time for myself. And so, you know, and it's true, like, you know, being a parent is hard, you know, as it is. And when things happen to you on top of your daily stress with kids and the household and bills and people pleasing, because that's my biggest thing, is I'm a total people pleaser. I want everybody to be happy, but in making everybody happy, I sacrifice my own happiness. So, you know, but even being a parent, we have to sometimes find that time for ourselves, that quiet time, and remember to recharge our batteries, because if we don't, we're like no good to anybody. And with my husband working, you know, out of the area all the time, and only getting to see him on the weekends, you know, it's hard, because you think that when he gets home, I get a break. Like, yay, you know, the hubby's home, dad's home, he can watch the kids while I go do something. But I don't want to do that. I want to spend my time with him. And so, I don't know. He always tells me, like, go do something. Go, you know, go get your hair and nails done if you want. Go for a run. Go do whatever you want to do. But I don't, because I want to spend time with him. And so now I've been trying, you know, this past couple weeks I got an elliptical. It's my sister's. Thanks, Ollie. And so I do that every once in a while. I've been running again every once in a while. And it was funny, the first day that I went out and run, I was like, oh, I could do this, no problem. My body remembers. And then like halfway through it, I'm like, holy crap, no, I can't. That 30 extra pounds, like seriously, that's a lot. Like you don't think, like when you've lost like this huge amount of weight, you know, like over 100 pounds, you're like, oh, 30 pounds is nothing. But when you haven't had it on you for a while, and then you like within a couple months, it's right back on you, like 30 pounds, that's a kid. That's like running with my daughter, and she's 40 pounds. That's like running with Lily in my arms. But after I stopped running, it was funny, my legs and my feet felt so heavy. I could like hear my feet scuff against the sidewalk, like I couldn't lift my legs up high enough to like even walk. So, but I actually have been looking into not diet plans, but better ways of eating. Because not only for me, but for Lily and her diabetes, I really want to find some kind of food program or meal program, or I don't want to say program because it's not like somebody said, okay, yeah, do this, this, and this. I want to like educate myself more on the foods that are better choices for not only her, but for me, for the entire family. But, you know, I really want to just find things that work to help me have that energy to keep me going. And it's hard because the kids don't like anything that I eat. So I'm making like 3 meals a night, basically. You know, one for me, one for Lily, and then one for the rest of the family, which is not cool because I hate being in the kitchen that long. So anyway, my goal is to take the 3 months that it has gained me, take the next 3 months, which is the amount of time that it's taken me to gain this weight. I want to give myself that same amount of time to lose that weight. So I'm not going to have any high expectations that, oh, it's just going to fall off again. I'm actually going to, you know, just take my time. And if I mess up one day, if I decide to eat you know, a little bag of Dorito chips because that's what the kids snack on, then, you know, so be it. So I had some friggin' chips, big deal. But I'm not going to just give up because it has, you know, it has been a very long journey. And if I could find some of the pictures of me when I was heavier, I should really post them, because that's the other thing too, is when I look back at those pictures, I'm like, oh, well, I'm not that big. Oh yeah, you know, I still look good compared to you know, when I was at my heaviest. But that's not a good way to be thinking about things. So, but anyway, so for this Wellness Wednesday, my first Wellness Wednesday, I'm going to set a goal. So, in the 3 months that it's taken me to gain the weight, I'm going to give myself 3 months to get it off. So let's start tomorrow because I really want to have a glass of wine tonight. So starting tomorrow, I am going to document and record my journey of getting back to my healthy, happy self. And I'm going to take you guys along with me. So be prepared to see me probably at my worst, which is fine. Everybody kind of does anyway. And you know, I just wanted to really share this journey with everybody out there, because who knows, you know, it might resonate with somebody else or might help somebody else. So, and then it also gives, you know, my family and friends who watch these videos, they can kind of see what's going on with me, seeing as I'm so far away from everybody, and just to remind everybody that, you know, we're human. We make mistakes. We fall down, but we have to get back up. And I know that I've done it before, and I know I can do it again. And I'm kind of excited for the journey. So I'm going to, again, give myself 3 months to lose the 30 pounds that I have gained. So that's 10 pounds a month. I know that's probably not like realistic, but I know that I can do it. And I know a lot of it's the liquor that I've been drinking, my glass of wine that I have every night, or you know, the junk food that I've been eating with the kids. So I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to exercise my little booty off. Since I'm a stay-at-home mom, I know I can find time to do it. Whether I have to do it with Lily on my back, I will do it. So yeah, but that is my first Wellness Wednesday. I'm setting my goals, so we will see if I do it or not. Alright, so holy crap, if I post this, then I'm really going to be held accountable. So anyway, but you guys have a great rest of your day or evening, whatever day it is when I decide to post this. And if you're liking my videos, give me thumbs up and subscribe. Tell your friends. Really trying to get my channel, you know, off and running, and just share my experiences with everybody out there, and to just share my family fun with everybody out there. So, all right, I'll talk to you guys later.